This is one of the most difficult places that I've actually ever worked. This is a township outside of Cape Town, South Africa. And I say difficult not just because it was violent. It was incredibly violent. This is one of the most highest crime rates in South Africa. And at the time, this was a country where 1 in 5 women were likely to be raped at some point in their life. And this had the highest incidence of rape in all of South Africa. We were asked to help build a community center there with FIFA and Street Football World. As part of their Football for Hope program, they were building 20 centers throughout Africa for the World Cup. And this was the very first site. So in addition to this being a completely dangerous area, not an area you'd want your kids, it was also a floodplain. So every time there was a heavy rain, the water would just wash into this area. This is exactly not the place that you want to put a football pitch, right? So I kept saying to them, come on, guys. This is going to cost too much. We're not going to get it done on it. Please, can we just change the site? Please, I said that. I said, let's just change the site. This isn't a good site. I said, no, no, no. I said, well, can we move it over 500 meters, you know? No, no, it has to be precisely here. We have to build it right here. So we built the center. It's beautiful. And it opened up. On the first day, there were 1,000 AIDS tests Street Football World gave. It was amazing to see this come to life. But here's what I didn't know. Unbeknownst to me, and we learned it as we went along, there was another amazing group who was working in this area called Violence Protection Urban Upgrading, VPUU. And what they were doing is they were using GIS mapping to map all the specific spots of crime that were happening in the township. And not just, oh, it roughly happened here, specifically where it happened. And then they identified these hot spots. And then they were having little interventions, whether it was removing a bush or maybe just building a building. And ours was one of the buildings in those hot spots, right? 2 years after that building opened, crime in this township was reduced by nearly half.